It's too soppy and rainy to drive about, and oh my god, I saw people with carts that were just soaked to the bone. Carts just taller than them, just wandering in the rain. It was outrageous. But I wanted to point out maybe the most annoying, hypocritical part of all of this stuff with the Antifa people is that they all live in Olympia, pretty much, or very quiet parts of other places nearby that are utter safe spaces. And you'll hear that word a lot with them. If you ever hang out with them, they always say, I'm not comfortable with this. It's like hanging out with someone who's got, but boy in the bubble syndrome. It gets really intense. Um, you know, and here's one, they drive, these new cars. I'm surprised this one's not a SUV, as most of them are. And, I don't want to dox where I am. But you kind of get it. There's one visiting right now. God knows what it is. But they just you cannot find a quieter neighborhood. And when you do see me driving around like French Loop Road, which is that one's beyond a quiet neighborhood. That's like a magical forest on the water. Even the just plain old neighborhoods here, the ones like the East Side, which is considered it's considered even not a good neighborhood, and yet it has beautiful homes, very quiet. Some might have wacky Halloween stuff up now, 24 hours 7. But notice they're very Talmudic that way. Do not shite in your own nest. See, they were all about how corporations sucked until COVID came. And then they all got on board with corporations, right? And here is Crime Think, which always has a lot of money. This is called the, they had a big thing under it that called it the Gas Chamber of Commerce, and they kind of started out with a lot of these sort of meme things back in the 90s. And again, where did the money come from? But if you look at Portland, you see it's completely under fire. And there was a guy who was going around saying, well, I'm going to the Antifa meetings that are in the paper, and there's just a couple college professors that show up. And yeah, no one shows up to those. They're all meeting in these beautiful homes, especially the ones on French Loop Road. And I was going to just drive over there to show it to you today. There is other footage where I drive around there. But it's too cold and it's too rainy, so you get the inside of the bus instead. And this bus, at least, has not been leaking in the rain. That's because it was made before commies infiltrated the manufacturing of things. That came a lot later than this fabulous bus was made. And those fabulous neighborhoods I'm talking about, they're in homes that were built before, the poor or people that once were wealthy and got shoved out are living in these, these hellholes. And these hellholes are made out of really bad wood that came from China, and there's even a whole industry in it if you're looking for a new career where you just have a thing that's like a, it looks like a needle, it's like a biopsy thing, and you pop it in to a wall and pull it out. This is for any construction after 1980, and it's just garbage from China that wasn't even looked at. And we're talking about bad drywall and all this type of stuff. All right. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about really bad stuff. And that's where people get shoved to whose ancestors made the good stuff. Here's my little India thing. Ganesh. Is that Ganesh? And yeah, it's just wild how, what saves lives? Naloxone or something? No, not doing fentanyl saves lives, right? That's what saves lives. And who even wants their life saved? If you believe like these people believe that, all we are oppressed beings on a planet of oppressors. Immigrants welcome. Let Cuba live. But if you saw those spaces, and I'm going to be doing some drive-arounds to show you what wimpy places these Antifa people live, who demand, that they can just, bomb the streets day in and day out, and yet they can go home at night, and if you make one peep, they will have a big old fit. They want their own neighborhood, completely secret, completely quiet. I had a little business for a minute where I was trying to sell beach towels, but then I couldn't get back to my own website. Is that hilarious? Talk about funny, huh? Oh, Puerto Rico, they were, I was ready to become Catholic there because they were all just so happy. They all had a good attitude. But we almost floated away last night. And here's our Burning Man ticket. There. That is when we went to, I never went, but somebody did. But there's the years when it starts to get different and really big and crazy. When Puff Daddy, Nick Riddell from New Trier East, that satanic high school, came into being. So, sorry you had to put up with this. I will tell you one thing about living on this bus. I'm losing weight because I'm always running off of it. and I'm also really, I lost my kitty for like a whole day. I couldn't find her. And she was in this basket. And I thought, wow, that's fun. I have a basket of kitty. And she's warm up here. And we are really living the life. We really are. So, love to all of you. You are all beautiful. Oh, and if you're wondering about Mankin, he got the best blanket in town. Much love.